When it comes to the perpetuation of species, not only humans and animals have shown amazing skills, but also plants. While some plants rely on more natural factors to spread their seeds, some species have built their own unique ways to ensure better reproduction. Some of the seed dispersal methods are more efficient than others. Some plants may even combine several of them. However, the one that draws the most attention, and that's the most fun to watch, is ballistic dispersal. Ballistic seed dispersal is when you have the plant ejecting the seed with great force, like a little rocket, almost mini explosion. This process is what you call explosive dehiscence. This event differs from one plant species to another and is more thrilling and fun to watch in some plants. While sometimes this can look like a light explosion and even be accompanied by a crackling sound, in other cases, you can only see the seeds being catapulted away from their pods. By the way, these bursts are sometimes triggered by an external factor, such as water, wind, or a touch, but the process most of the time occurs by itself when the seed pods get very dry. Alright, that was a quick tutorial about the overall perspective of exploding plants, and now we head to the main portion of the video and explore top 10 exploding plants. Buckle up and let's dive in. Number 10, sandbox tree, Crepitans. This one is quite a large species of evergreen trees. You probably know that name, and they are native to the tropical regions of America. It's also known as possum wood, monkey's pistol, jabilow, monkey no-climb, monkey's dinner bell, or the dynamite tree. This tree species can grow up to 200 feet high, but does not only impress by its size. Sandbox trees also contain highly toxic sap and can be easily recognized by the many dark and pointed conical spines covering their trunks. However, these trees are especially known for their explosive roots. Sandbox trees produce pumpkin-shaped fruits that once they ripe will explode, catapulting parts of them and the seeds inside to great distances. Sources say that their seeds can even jump as much as 330 feet from the tree. The fruits of these trees cause the most powerful explosions among the plants with ballistic seed dispersal. Number 9, Touch-Me-Not, Impatiens capensis. Touch-Me-Not, pretty hot name, yet this is a flowering plant that includes more than 1,000 species. These are also commonly known as impatiens, jewelweed, snapweed, Himalayan balsam, and patience. These flowers got their name Touch-Me-Not for a good reason. More precisely, due to their explosive seed pods. When being touched, the seed pods of impatiens plants burst into tiny blasts. Their seeds are then scattered everywhere with impressive speed. Because they usually grow near water, their seeds often end up in rivers and are transported to remote areas, creating new colonies. Due to their efficient reproduction, impatiens are considered invasive plants in many regions. Number 8, cracker plant, Ruellia tuberosa. The cracker plant. This one is a small species of biennial flowering plants native to Central America, but also found in several other regions of the world. It's also known as popping pod, mini root, sheet potato, duppy gun, snapdragon root, and fever root. Ruellia tuberosa produces violet-colored flowers in the shape of funnels and long capsular fruits carrying approximately 20 seeds each. The dry seed pods of this plant explode when getting in contact with water, and seeds are dispersed away from the plant. These are often collected by children, as they offer quite a fun show when they start popping one after another. Number 7, wood sorrels, Oxalis. The huge genus Oxalis, which includes wood sorrel, is found in most parts of the world. Of the more than 570 species of plants in the Oxalisidae family, some are also referred to as oxalis, sour grasses, wood sorrels, or false shamrocks. Yellow wood sorrel Oxalis stricta and creeping wood sorrel Oxalis corniculata are two somewhat well-known species of oxalis that do contain explosive seed pods. Many of these plants are probably already flourishing in your lawn, backyard, or garden. In many areas, they're classified as invasive because of their highly effective proliferation mechanism, which combines subsurface rhizomes with ballistic seed dispersal. When these plants are handled, their seed capsules open explosively and begin to spew seeds in all directions. According to experts, the seeds can be shot up to 4 meters or 13 feet away from the plant. Number 6, squirting cucumber, Asphalium elaterium. Squirting cucumber is a perennial flowering plant from the Cucurbitaceae family that is native to Europe, Northern Africa, and temperate Asia. It's also known as the exploding cucumber. This plant is particularly interesting for its seed dispersal. It produces cucumber-like fruits that, when ripe and disturbed, release a stream of sticky liquid holding the seeds. Despite its common name, cucumber, this plant is toxic. The liquid discharged from the fruits can potentially cause skin irritation and even blindness if it enters the eyes. Number 5. Hairy bitter cress, Cardamine hirsuta. Although it's native to Eurasia, the hairy bitter cress is a species of plant that belongs to the Brassicaceae family and can be either annual or biennial. It's found in many damp regions around the world. Other common names for the Cardamine hirsuta include shotweed, lamb's cress, flickweed, landcress, springcress, and hoary bitter cress. All of these names refer to the same plant. In addition to the other plants that we discussed earlier, this one also possesses an astonishing strategy for the dissemination of its seeds. Bitter cress, which is hairy, produces stalks that are covered by tiny white flowers when the temperature rises. These stalks are then followed by silicues, which are elongated seed capsules. As soon as the seed pods reach maturity and are disturbed by something, they explode explosively, which causes the seeds to be thrown a great distance away from the mother plant. Number 4. Honey spurge, Euphorbia mellifera. Honey spurge is an evergreen shrub in the spurge family Euphorbiaceae. This plant is indigenous to Madeira and the Canary Islands, but is also found in other parts of the world. Besides honey spurge, it's also commonly known as the canary spurge. Euphorbia mellifera is mostly grown for its green foliage, but also for its honey-scented flowers. After the flowering period, the honey spurge forms the fruits. These are round capsules that, when ripe, become tiny bombs. When they explode, the seeds can be hurled away several meters from the plant. Number 4. Dwarf mistletoes, Arsuthobium. Alright, so dwarf mistletoes are a type of mistletoe that originates from the tiny parasitic plants that are found on a variety of coniferous species. They have a limited number of branches that are visible, they do not have any leaves, and the majority of the plant lives behind the bark of the tree that serves as their host. Flowering and fruiting are both produced by dwarf mistletoe, and that makes it so beautiful. The fruit of this plant are spherical in shape, little more than 4 millimeters in diameter, and each one contains a single seed that is coated with a material that is sticky. Once the fruits have reached their full maturity, or when they're touched by something, they explode open and release the seeds that are contained within them at a rate that is quite remarkable. It's possible for some of the seeds to go to the trees in the surrounding area and adhere to them. These trees then become the host for the subsequent generation of this parasitic plant. In addition, birds contribute to the propagation of dwarf mistletoes to locations that are further away. Number 2. Violets. This is probably the biggest flowering plants in the Violaceae family, which includes more than 1,000 different species. They're also generally known as garden pansies, pansies, and violets. A considerable fraction of the viola species is grown in gardens as ornamental flowers. Some are annuals, while others are perennials. Many species of violets disperse their seeds through explosive dehiscence. Once the violet seed pods are fully developed and dry out from the sun, they crack open into 3 segments that sustain the seeds. As the seed stand is drying more, the seeds are compressed by the walls from both sides until they start popping out. They can be shot up to 16 feet away from the parent plant. Once they reach the soil, the seeds are oftentimes spread even further from the plant by ants, a process called myrmecochory. Number 1. Firecracker flower. A native of India and Sri Lanka, the firecracker bloom is one of the most beautiful bloom you'll ever see. As a houseplant, you'll find everywhere in the world. The seed pods of Crossrand infundibuliformis, also known as the firecracker flower, pop like firecrackers when they come into touch with water or other liquids, hence the name. Afterwards, the seeds within disperse everywhere. Because it rains when Crossrand infundibuliformis plants its seeds, the seeds have a better chance of germinating and producing a new plant. That wraps up the video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we love to cover more of these weird species. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified about our uploads. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.